Well, a very good day, and hello to all you country music cruise fans. I'm your virtual cruise host, Jason Venner, and thank you for tuning in to an all access pass from home edition. Today, I'm sitting on camera with two absolute legends. Of course, if you've done a country music cruise, you know them intimately. If you've not done a country music cruise, I have no doubt you clearly know who these two gentlemen are, legends in the music industry. The bad boy of the country music cruise, Mr. Johnny Lee, and the one and only Mickey Gilley. Gentlemen.
The good guy, right here, Mickey
Gilley. You're good and bad. He's just ugly. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. How you doing, bud?
I'm good. Thank you very much, man. It's Mickey. I had the honor, obviously, of meeting you and seeing you a few years back on the country cruise, and Johnny, we get to do this just about every year. So
it's Mickey asked me was I going on a cruise this year. I said they don't sail without me.
Yeah, we don't. That's why you said you couldn't make it this year. That's why we had to postpone it. It was that easy. It was
hey, and when I fall, you know that.
Yeah. And actually, I'd love to start with that if you don't mind. You know, you guys have been in the music industry for some time, and in growing up in the music industry the way you have, it was an intimate business. It was a handshake business. It was a person-to-person business. And obviously, we kind of have a new normal now with COVID-19 and all the things. What's it feel like as an artist to be stuck at home, to be doing interviews over cameras as opposed to in person and things like that?
I tell everybody I'm locked in, locked up, and locked out. And that's the way it's been since March. I haven't hit a lick. And I got to grease these pipes here if I'm going to sing it ever again. So I'm hoping that we get back on the road pretty soon. It's been tough, really. The entertainment film took a beating.
And I mean, Branson has to be, I mean, I'm not in Branson, and I don't know if you guys are in Texas right now or down that way, but Branson's got to just be struggling mightily.
Well, we're in Branson, and usually Johnny Lee and I do a couple of days a week in the fall in Branson, September, October, November. This year, since the pandemic came in, we're going to be lucky if we get 1 day a week at the theater because they got social seating, and they got to wear the mask. And, in order to pay a band, you got to have a bigger crowd. So I don't know, cut down to one show a week, and we got to be doing something. So, Johnny, it'll be fun to perform again.
Amen to that. Johnny, now you're about as personal as they get. You're out there on the country music cruise in your scooter, giving people rides and, jumping around. What's it been like for you not having as much human contact as you're used to?
Well, it sucks.
Eloquent as always, sir.
No, you know what? I don't know. I've been taking advantage of being off,
Sure.
But like Mickey said, if you don't sing, you keep your pipes in shape, you'll lose it. God says He gives you talent. If you don't use it, He'll take it away from you. Yeah, use it or lose it. That's what they usually say. That's a cliche, but I mean it's fact. I haven't performed since March, and Johnny and I were traveling together. We lost all the dates that we had in California and Colorado and Nevada. And I came back, and I've done nothing since March, so I'm looking forward to getting back to work.
You guys were.
I have worked July the 3rd and the 4th, and I'm going back at September the 11th. Got a date in Texas. You're going to also work September the 6th at a place called the Gilley Theater. Oh, it's the Grand Shanghai Theater. I'm sorry. I sold the theater. They still got my name out there on it though. Anyway,
you guys were going to be doing
next year. We'll be on that ship, Holland, America, right?
Yep, the country music cruise. Yes, sir.
Country music cruise, and we'll have a good time with it too, Yeah. And
well, you guys were
2021 because I'm not getting any younger,
we got to get these cruises going. I know.
All of my friends at my age have been going to the other side. You know what I mean?
I know.
And it's getting tough. I don't know how many years I got left, but hope it's a few more. So I got to keep him propped up so he can be the bad boy of country music.
I was gonna say we got if for no other reason than to keep Johnny Lee working, man.
I'm just sticking around so I can irritate him more than anything else.
Yeah. You got to have a purpose, Mickey. You got to have a purpose.
That's my purpose in life. Trust me.
You guys were about to do, or you were slated this year to do a big tour for the 40-year anniversary of Urban Cowboy, correct?
Yeah, I have a bunch of T-shirts made up.
Yeah, well, we've been doing the tour since let's say this is going on our 4th year, I think.
Yeah.
That's the 4th year, and we're going to end it this year.
Yeah.
But since the pandemic hit us,
yeah,
we're going to continue on until we honor all the dates that we had, and we're looking forward to doing some Urban Cowboy music on the ship. So me and Johnny together, at the end of my performance, he'll come out and we'll do a whole segment on the film, The Urban Cowboy, with video and the whole bit. I think people really get a kick out of it.
That's fantastic. That really is. Is this the longest period? How long a period is this of not working since you started? I mean, comparatively, have you done a stretch this long in decades?
Never.
First time this ever happened to me. First time. We've always had dates, 1 or 2 here and there, but this has been the longest period I haven't worked at all. So I hadn't been on stage since March. And let's see where we're at right now. We're coming
August.
into.
I mean, that's you're going on 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months. Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell too by.
We got 3 more months.
We got to learn to push away from the table a little bit, I think.
Yeah. Don't worry, you're pushing yourself away from the table naturally. It's
That's one thing about these. When you take a cruise, man, they'll fatten you up for sure.
Oh yeah.
They'll feed you. That's absolutely truth. They'll feed you.
I can't wait to get back on the ship and see a bunch of my old friends. And then Cowboys from Utah and Idaho.
Yeah.
And, California and Texas.
We got
Oklahoma.
And actually, Johnny, this question's for you. Since you've done so many of the country music cruises, what's it mean to you, to do something? And I recognize it's not a huge group, but there's 2,000 people, and it's relatively the same 2,000 people, year in, year out. It's a lot of the same folks. What's it mean to you to go out and see all your fans and all those folks just love them some Johnny Lee?
It means a lot to me, man. It really does. All kidding aside.
Well, you'd think by now, since he's doing all those tours, that he would have finally found. He's been looking for love all this time. He ain't found one yet.
All the wrong places.
He's got all these time on his hands, so you'd think that he would find looking for love.
I thought, well, I've been trying, practicing.
Listen, he's found a lot of things. I just don't know if it's love. That's. Mickey, if you don't mind me asking you, obviously with such an unbelievable career, and I know you're not every year on the country music cruise, but did you have any inclination years and years ago that all the way in 2020 and 2021 that you'd still have the following? I mean, did it even occur to you that it could go as long as it has?
I feel very honored that the country music fans gave me 39 top 10 hits, and 17 of them went #1 for me. And to be able to go out there on the stage and perform the music for the folks and still have a good time with them. And I learned a long time ago when I opened the theater in Branson, Missouri, that the people come to see the shows, they want to be entertained. So you got to show them some sort of entertainment. And I tried to learn how to be more of a better performer for the folks and tell them a little bit of the story behind the music. So sometimes I get on this kick where I tell people, how Room Full of Roses came about with my first #1 song, how Stand By Me came along, and how Paradise Tonight came along that I did with Charlie McClain. I tell them little, things about the music behind the story behind the music, and they seem to get a kick out of it. So that's what I've learned to do about having my own theater in Branson, and it's been a great ride for me. And at 84 years old, I'm still clicking.
Hey, man, 84 years young.
And I just got married.
You got married again. Yeah.
Hey!
Congratulations to both of you. Johnny, what did you wear? Johnny, were you in white?
No.
Congratulations, Mickey. That's wonderful. Good for you, man. That's fantastic.
I had a 35-year engagement.
Listen, got to get around to it sometime.
You finally get a trophy wife. My hero.
Now, Now, Johnny, when you look over there at Mickey, and you've known Mickey since what, about 1968-ish, since 1960, somewhere in there? Yeah. What is something about Mickey Gilley that everybody doesn't know that you know?
Don't you say a word.
Dang it, I thought I had it.
I can tell you a few stories. I remember him and I going out, with some female companions and me stepping over the girl while he's just trying to find out what he's going to do for the night. And I'm already done.
Yeah.
He was still looking.
Man, by the time you drove me.
Yeah, I drove him all the way to Shreveport to get this pick up this girl that he'd been going with, and she'd run off with a one-armed guy, and he was a canoe racer.
It was really screwed to race up, and everything, but
a canoe racer, one-armed canoe racer.
He was probably strong in that one arm, though, man. You better watch out.
They had to go around in circles.
Something tells me you guys had a little fun together. Something tells me you guys enjoyed your time, your years.
He's a big hunter too. I went hunting with him one time.
Don't ever ask this asshole to go hunt.
Finish that story, Mickey. Tell us the story.
Well, I don't want to kill anything, but I did on that particular day. And after that, I hadn't hunted anything since. But we killed a bunch of rabbits.
Yeah, we did. 2 tow sacks full. Yeah, 2 tow sacks full of rabbits. And he told me to drive his Jeep to this puddle of water.
Yeah. And 4-wheel drive.
Oh, you make it through there? I said, man, I don't think you can make it. I don't think you can make it.
Yeah, go off this. I got 4-wheel drive, no problem. And we buried that Jeep in a pond.
I threw them rabbits over dry land. I jumped off that Jeep back when I could jump. And took the rabbits and carried it back to, how many summer guns you want, Mickey? He said, I want none of them. I want to give him clean rabbits for, but boy.
All that and didn't want any of the rabbits.
But we've had some moments, great moments.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have. And Johnny Lee, I want you to get sentimental for a minute. If you look back on your epic career, what are you most proud of?
Wow. Proud of a lot of things, man.
Probably doing the film.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah.
One of the highlights of both of our careers was doing the film with John Travolta, Urban Cowboy. Because it launched our career, as far as our musical career was concerned. It put me and Johnny Lee at that time in the 80s in the stratosphere. All the showrooms in Vegas, Reno, Tahoe, Atlantic City opened up. We got to go to Europe. We came back and we played for 2 presidents, President Ronald Reagan, President George Bush Sr. Yeah. I got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame thanks to the fact that I was doing that telethon for the Arthritis Foundation telethon. They gave me a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. We got to do some acting roles together. We did Fantasy Island. Yeah. We did Fall Guy. We did, I did Murder, She Wrote. So it opened up a lot of doors for us. Yeah. And that was my life. But to me, in my life, was get a chance to do all those things.
Well, you asked me what it was about.
Well,
when it asked me, though, me.
Well, tell him.
It asked me.
Same thing here.
Same thing.
What he said?
If he don't talk pretty quick, I'll cover him up.
That's why I got you both on camera. It's easier that way.
No, I'll tell you what.
Why don't you tell him a joke about the sequoia trees and everything, and I'll help you with that.
Doing the movie and finding some little love and everything. It was most proud of that.
Yeah, I'd say so. He had to hide his song in the film Urban Cowboy. Looking for love.
Looking for love.
And then I found it once. Yeah, I married Charlene. We had a daughter.
Yeah.
She's blessed with 2 grandsons now.
Yeah.
She just had a baby last week, I think it was.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Grandpa Johnny.
Yeah. I can tell by his face. He loves it, but you're not sure about that title, Johnny Lee.
I don't know, man. No, it's okay. That's okay.
Mickey, going back a little bit to Gilley's, obviously Gilley's was already fully moving and popular and before the movie itself. Tell us a little bit about how you decided to even go down the path of creating the world's largest honky tonk.
Johnny Lee and I were working down the street about 10 miles from where, well, not 10 miles, it was about 2 or 3 miles, wasn't it?
Yeah.
About 2 or 3 miles down the street from a club called the Nestadale, and it was a club called Shelley's. Yeah. And my business partner that came over after I had left the Nestadale, he came over and wanted to know why I left. And I said, for more money. And he said, well, I got a club and I'd like you to come back to Pasadena. I'll give you half the club if you'll bring your band and come back and play what I thought was going to be Shelley's. So I went over to talk to him, and I looked at the club, and I told him, I said, you need to just get a dozer in here to clean this thing off and start over. I'm not going to go in this club. He says, I'll fix it. And he says, what does it need? And I started naming off all these things he needed it for. And then he said, you know, I do all that. Are you interested? I said, yeah, if I get half the club and I get a salary. And he said, no problem. So I told him what I wanted. He agreed to it. He started putting everything together, you know, and he said, what do you want to call the club? And I said, you call it anything you want to. You go to Sydney if you want to. And he says, I want to call it Gilley's. I said, I like it.
You got it.
With the lights at Gilley's, and we opened the club in 1971, March. And the first weekend we were open, we packed the club out. It was only seated about 750 people at that time. Then later, right after we opened the club up, Johnny came back in and wanted to come to work with me. And I introduced him to my business partner. He made a deal. He came to work at Gilley's, and we started doing a little TV show. And then about 3 years later, I walked in the club one night. The lady said, on your TV show, you did my favorite song. And I said, what was it? She said, she called me baby all night long. I said, that's a Harlan Howard tune. She said, I know, I'm in the jukebox business. I want you to record that for me. Well, I went in the studio to record. She called me baby. And for the flip side, the B side now, keep in mind, I've been recording for all these years and nothing happened with any of my recordings.
Yes, sir.
All of a sudden, I picked a song that I grew up singing with my two cousins, Julie Lewis and Reverend Jimmy Swaggart. And the song was Room Full of Roses.
No.
I recorded it for the B-side. Lo and behold, the radio stations flipped it over and started playing the Flower Song, and it became my first #1 record in the country charts. And that's how things got started. And then, of course, the rest of it, I had several #1 songs right in a row.
Yeah.
And I've been very fortunate, you know. That's the way it came about. I talk about it in the show sometimes. I tell a little bit of the story, and sometimes we show it on video. I show them a clip of when I did She Called Me Baby All Night Long and that type of thing, you know. So maybe we'll get a chance to do that on the ship.
Absolutely. No, are you kidding me? You know.
And then we'll do the Urban Cowboy medley at the end of the show when Johnny joins me. It makes the show very interesting and entertaining, I think. And that's what it's really all about.
That's exactly what it's all about.
See,
Johnny Lee. Did we lose you about the 10-minute mark of that story? Where'd we lose you, Johnny Lee? Where'd we lose you there?
No.
You guys had a lot of you had a lot of artists that used Gilley's, and I don't mean that term rudely, but you know, Gilley's was a springboard for a lot of major artists as well. A lot of folks came through and played there.
We had a lot of people that played that club. I mean, Conway, Loretta, Jimmy Buffett played it.
Yeah.
Fats Domino played it. Baron Young, David Allen Coe.
Johnny Paycheck.
Johnny Paycheck. Yeah, everybody.
Everybody played it. Yeah. Everybody.
It was a club that people wanted to put on their resume that they played.
Tiptoe through the tulips.
We even had Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
Tiny Tim.
Yeah, Tiny Tim packed it out. Yeah.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Put on a hell of a show, man.
We had George Jones.
Oh wow, very cool.
Yeah, Dottie West.
Yeah,
everybody.
Just about everybody I can think that was in the music industry played Gilley's.
Johnny, what do you remember about playing there?
What I remember about playing there.
What can you tell us about playing there?
Well, I remember a lot of things about playing there. No, I'll tell you what. One of my favorite memories is a girl come out there and painted us one of a kind painting. It's in my office right now. You know, it's important to think back and have those fond moments, whatever they are, for each of us.
Well, I used to when we was playing the Nestadale Club, I used to do a song at the end of the show where I sang "Good Night, Irene," and my mother's name was Irene. I sang "Good Night, Irene," and I sang the song, and my closing line was, "Live every day like it's your last, because one day you're going to be right." And then sometimes Johnny would get up there and he'd say, "We've just been informed by the Highway Patrol here in Texas that we're number 2 in traffic deaths from driving and drinking. So we want you to go out there and drive like hell, and because we want to be number 1." And we had a whole group of people at the table that went out that night and killed themselves in the car.
Oh,
We killed that part of the show. We didn't do it anymore.
it's life imitates art, you know.
Those kind of things that you you remember that you wished hadn't happened.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't weigh on your conscience, because that's not on you.
But you think about things like that when you do something. You said it as sort of a joke to get everybody to laugh.
Yeah.
And then when something bad happens, and you say, "Maybe I shouldn't have done that." And
I remember a show with Cowboy was coming out to Gilley when it first opened up, and when the band was taking a break, everybody go outside to hide their bottles outside. Got to drink from the bottles, hide their bottles. Go back in when the band started back up.
Well, which one you had to bring the bottle, but before they had liquor about to drink.
Yeah.
You had to you bring a bottle of whiskey with you, and and they're going to set up a Coke and ice or something. But and they would hide the bottle outside and come in. Go ahead, you tell me.
Sure, find out where it was hiding the bottle, got pee in the bottle.
Well, they'd pour the whiskey out.
Yeah. Try to get them to stop drinking outside and come in, buy the stuff inside, So.
That seems effective. That seems effective. Yeah, that's marketing. That's good sales right there. Our whiskey doesn't taste like urine inside. Yeah. Oh man. So obviously you guys have experienced a lot. What's a great moment you guys have had together? Is there, when you think back on your history performing, is there a stage moment or a performance that you will always remember as your guy, one of your favorites? Not necessarily outside. Johnny Lee for the win.
Well, Mickey had those girls get pretty close to time. He was on the piano. It was in Harris, in Reno, Nevada. He was, "Don't you girls like pretty close to time?" Everybody, yeah, everybody clapping. And I heard this big old 350-pound vet transvestite, and it had on a red sequin dress, and he come dancing down the stage, Mickey thought he'd turn it up, everybody clapping, everybody going crazy, Mickey thought he'd turn it up, so she kept dancing behind, kept making well with Mickey, and finally Mickey turned around and said, and picked Mickey up, and the legs were dangling, and give Mickey a big old kiss right here, by the side of the catcher's mitt, and I was sitting back down, and Mickey got back up and started dancing with it, and then at the end of the song, the guy, "Let's go to the pretty close time." He got pulled off his wig, and it really got him, man.
I suppose you got to be on your guard about it all times with Johnny Lee around, Mickey.
Well, I guess the magic moments for me in my life was getting to perform for the President of the United States at the White House. I mean, there's some funny things that happen every now and then.
He wins, Johnny.
A highlight of your life. That was one of the things that I enjoyed.
Yeah, me too.
I mean,
me too.
I had all kinds of jokes pulled on stage, but that was probably my highlight as far as.
I brought Clyde out on stage one night.
Yeah.
And chimpanzee, flip people off and Clint Eastwood movies.
I remember that.
Brought Clyde out on stage.
That was
it was in a pretty love song.
We was playing the MGM in Vegas.
What do you think me get? He goes, blah. Come on, man. Come on. What do you think? He goes, blah. Finger about that long, big old hairy long finger. And a good lot of money. That was funny.
Mickey, when you look over at Johnny Lee, do you feel like you raised your son wrong? What?
You know what? I did the best job I could do. But I did all I could do. I worked with as hard as I could, but he turned out pretty good, though. He's had a pretty darn good career. So
absolutely,
I'm happy with the fact that he was there with me when things started happening, and you don't get a chance sometimes to walk through this world one time, and I think it's a great ride for both of us.
Yeah.
the fact that you guys are still riding strong, you know, I love that. I absolutely love that. There's a lot of performers that that don't.
Let me tell you what. We talked about this in Willie's Roadhouse a little bit ago, but about 3.5, 4 years ago, I'm in Branson. I'd sold my theater. I hadn't sold it yet, but I was in process of selling it.
Mm-hmm.
And I get a call from a guy by the name of Clay Cooper, and he's wanting me to come in and fill in for Mel Tillis. And I told him, I said, I can't walk in Mel Tillis' shoes. I said, Mel Tillis is a big star. And he says, yeah, but you are too. And I said, man, not like Mel, you know. He says, I need somebody to fill in for Mel, and he's ill. He's not going to be able to do the dates. And I said, wait a minute. Let me see if I can call Johnny. If I can get Johnny to come in with me, we'll come in and we'll do those dates. We'll call it the Urban Cowboy Reunion Tour. I had no idea at the time when I said that it was going to spark an interest in what we were doing as far as music was concerned. And we set it up. I called Johnny. Johnny said, yeah, I'll do it with you, you know. How much time did I say? 45 minutes. Before, I'd say, Johnny, I need 45 minutes. He'd do an hour and 15. Anyway, the bottom line was I called Johnny. I said, can you do the dates with me? He said, absolutely. I said, he said, how much time do you need? I said, I need 45 minutes. And before, I'd say, Johnny, I need 45 minutes. He'd do an hour 15. I said, Johnny, we only got an hour and a half on the show. I got 15 minutes to do my show now, you know. And I just go crazy. So we're working. He comes on. We're trying to fill the theater up with people. This has been about 3.5, 4 years ago now, and we're doing great. Johnny's coming off I'm within 15 seconds of coming off. And he comes off and he says, take a look, 45, take a look, 45. This goes on for about 8 or 10 shows, you know. And he comes in and he says, see, 45. And I said, yeah, what happened to that asshole I used to work with? I said, the only thing I ever hear, you know, was,
now you got to do a full 45. You used to be able to just go out and do a couple of hits.
Johnny Lee, the asshole I used to work with. What happened to Johnny Lee?
That's funny.
We have a good working relationship.
We tell Johnny 45 now, and he does 15. So I don't really know what's happened with those.
Well, we got it down. We got it pretty well down now. But when we go do something now, it's been I'm right to the T.
Sure.
It's been a pleasure working with him again after all the years we were apart.
That's wonderful. You guys have the relationship you do. You know, that's not overly common in the industry, and it's great to see and great to hear. Johnny, personal question.
Together, we've had close to 30 #1 songs in the country. You know, together. So the people come to see us at the show, and Johnny gets to do his bit, and I get to do my bit, and we do the Urban Cowboy music together. It's a very interesting and entertaining performance. We talk about our live music.
It's a lot of hits. Johnny, if I may ask, how you feeling?
On my fingers.
How are those feeling?
They're feeling fine.
You know how you feel when you got to pee?
Oh.
Feel let me see if I need it.
I'm feeling good, man. Thank you.
Good, brother. Good. You know,
I had Parkinson's thing.
Yeah.
But sometimes I have trouble walking. Sometimes I don't. But I'm feeling good. Thank you for asking.
That's good.
Yeah, Mickey, how about you? And do the Family Feud again.
Yeah, we need a little Family Feud. Mickey, how about you, sir?
I'm a senior in this group. You know that. I'm 84 years old. When I do the cruise, I'll be 85. So better hurry and get this thing rolling pretty quick. Everybody around is dropping.
Well, thankfully you're not. Thankfully you guys are still in good health and good spirits.
It's feeling pretty good to be 84 years old, and
heck yeah,
my voice is holding up pretty good.
You sound great.
And I got a good band. The girls are great behind me, and we're looking forward to having a good time with you.
But unfortunately, as you can tell there at the end of the video, their battery died. So the device they were recording on, the battery died on it. So sadly, the interview ends there. But trust me when I tell you, these guys are the consummate professionals, both of them, Johnny Lee and Mickey Gilley. They love all of you music fans, specifically you country music fans. They love you to death. They're so grateful. We just got a text from them to say, please tell all the guests, thank you so very much for not only tuning into this, but for all the years of all the support. They have an unbelievable amount of gratitude for the fandom and all the folks that have followed them and believed in them for their entire career. So on behalf of Mickey and Johnny, thank you so much for tuning into this. I'm your virtual cruise host, Jason. I really do appreciate you watching this one. Sorry for the ending here, but stay tuned. We've got more great stuff coming to this channel over the next coming weeks, days, and months. We'll have some great new footage, some wonderful new interviews, and hopefully a little music here and there. Be well, everybody. We'll see you soon in one way, shape, or form. Be happy, be healthy, be safe, and be kind to one another.